Okay.
We're kind of going.
All right. So, I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's Kick-Ass Coach, and this is my first interview with someone who's going to be talking about living her kick-ass life. So this is my friend Cherin Rykaczewski from Soulfire Coaching, and she's going to tell us how she knew what her life purpose was.
Oh boy, and before we started this video, the tears were flowing. I had no idea that talking about my life purpose just still had so much, or living my life purpose had so much emotion still stored in my body. So obviously, it's been quite a journey for me, actually. Yeah. So what is your question for me?
My question is, how did you know what your life purpose was? How did that come to you?
So it wasn't very clear to me. I just, for as long as I can remember being a young girl, I just always had this feeling that I just wanted to help people with their souls. I didn't know how to do that, but just for as long as I could remember, when people start thinking about college and what they're going to study, what they're supposed to be, the only guidepost that I had was just this feeling that I wanted to help people with their souls. So
how awesome is that? That's beautiful.
Yes.
So how long did it take for you to step into that, though?
So I was in my 20s. I just was, I was doing work that was okay, but that I didn't fully love. And I started focusing on other dreams, which was world travel. And so I had reached a lot of my dreams, but wasn't able to create my dream of discovering my life purpose and moving into that. And it actually started getting very, very hard. It was like there was so much that wanted to come out of me, but I didn't know how to make it happen. And as the years went, I had so much fear, just so much fear and stuckness and overwhelm about, what should I do? What is my career move? All these questions, and just not knowing how to make it happen. And towards the end, I had it's kind of like a dark night of the soul, where I was just alone, and it was like there was so much in my body that wanted to come out, that I wanted to share in the world, that I wanted to help people. And what had happened, I was crying. It was just like there was so much that wanted to come out of me, and I didn't know what to do. And I actually wound up reaching out to a woman she's kind of a spiritual counselor. She also does Akashic Records readings.
Oh, awesome.
And there were a couple career paths that I had thought of. Like I wanted to go into photography, but most of me really wanted to be a coach. And I had been researching coaching schools for a couple years, but I just had so much fear moving forward. It was a big investment. I had never spent that much money on myself. And so there was just a lot of fear, and I wasn't able to move forward. And I reached out through this dark night of the soul that I was having, and had like an emergency session with her. And she just said, "You are supposed to be a coach. You need to sign up with the program when we get off the phone." And anybody that knows about Akashic Records reading, there's a very divine energy, a divine healing energy that's present. So anything that gets communicated in the session is of the highest feeling of truth. And so I got off the phone with her, and I signed up for the coaching program, and it was, one of the most terrifying moments of my life.
Absolutely.
And so, but that was a long time ago, and now I'm a coach.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
So,
so what would you say to somebody who's sitting in that dark night of the soul where you were? What would you say to help them?
You do have to reach out for help. So that actually was, there was just so much fear, and ways that, like my father growing up, he was a self-made businessman, so he went to school for a little while, but he was a self-made businessman, and never took formal education. And so I had a lot of those blocks about just spending money on education, and just, I think I did want to be an entrepreneur because I watched my father be an entrepreneur. So those seeds were planted in me at a young age, but I couldn't move through that phase without reaching out for help.
Right.
So,
Well, and one of the things our mentor says is it takes a village to deal with your conditioned self, that fear-based part of you that kicks your ass. And that's where you were at. And so you reached out.
Yes.
And you connected.
I did. And that was the one thing that got me get me over the fear and step over the threshold into, creating my life purpose and discovering it and building it. And
Awesome. So, any last words you'd like to say to our audience today?
Just number one, that those, like I said, when I was a little girl and I had that sentence just kept coming to me. I want to help people with their souls. That has so much meaning. So if there's something that keeps coming to you, it's really a guidepost for you, and it is what is going to heal your life. So, but if you are not able to, take the steps on your own, that you really just need to reach out for help, and, whether it be a coach, like me, or no, I'm just kidding, but really, wherever you are in your community, whoever you are drawn to reach out to, whether it be a therapist, a holistic practitioner, a coach, if you are stuck for a long time, that means that you need to reach out for help. So
yes, and remember also, when you, the student, are ready, your teachers will appear.
Yes, they will.
So I would like to say thank you so much, Cherin Rykaczewski, for doing this interview. I know it was hard, but
I thought I was going to cry more, but I didn't.
You kicked ass, girlfriend. So thank you so much for watching, and remember, we are all capable of far more than we think we are.
And sending love to you all.